Alrighty, we are live for the first time actually on my computer, so that's really nice. You guys can leave whatever you want. I'm going to be looking at the left screen, so I don't know what I look like because on YouTube it's actually a lot easier, and I'll shut that off so you don't have to hear me again, double speak. So why am I going to be doing this? Number one is 1% better. This is the area that I want to be going into, which is not only live video, higher quality live video. I'm also going to be going into a little bit more in depth on, keeping my schedule extremely tight and compact. One of the biggest things doing this is that I would do 45-minute rants, half an hour rants every single day. That's a long time in the morning, especially when your energy is the highest, and especially right now. So, I could see all the top chats and everything else. Obviously, Chris just signed in. I can't see who's watching, if there's anyone watching or whatnot. I can only see the comments, so if you guys have any comments, obviously leave it in the comments below. I know my man Chris is going to be saying, why aren't you talking about all the things that are the chemicals in the toothpaste and the... I know, Chris, Mondays and Fridays are not the best days based on the time that my gym class starts and ends. They usually start and end around 8. So I got to rush into the shower at the gym, rush out, get here, eat, prep my day, and then just start slamming things, down people's throats. Like, this is why you should list with us. This is why you should not list with other people. That didn't come out right. So what are we going to be talking about today? $1 million habits. Okay, so obviously I'm not a millionaire. So I know all those people that are like, if you're not a millionaire, how can you talk about $1 million habits? It's not actually the premise of actually being a millionaire. There's two things to this. Okay, first of all, one is a question. Why am I not a millionaire? Is it my mindset? Is it my habits? Or is it, the time I wake up? Things like that, number one. Number two is the ability to be a millionaire. It really comes back to picture qualities crisp. I like it. Thanks, man. This is what I talk about all the time and I'll bring it up in Instagram. So when you get 1% better, here's a perfect example. So I was walking to the gym today and I put up a post today about a fixed and growth mindset. It's one of those things I'm like, what? I always had that feeling like, what gives me the ability to even talk about a fixed or growth mindset? Like what gives me the ability to actually say that I'm a professional at this, enough that garners attention and that I know what I'm talking about. I always had that insecurity when I was in my 20s. And it's funny, actually, Gary Vaynerchuk talking about, obviously, all the people that are in their 20s that are life coaches. I'm obviously not a life coach, but I know there is one particular person that I'm thinking about, and she's like 24 and she's a life coach, and it's really funny. How much life have you really experienced? Yeah, you may have gone through trauma or whatever when you're younger, but for your ability to consistently compound about 3 to 4 decades of life and consistently do it is harder than doing it until your 20s. So this is really what it comes down to. I'm going to make an Instagram post about this. So this was the 1%. I have so much on my mind right now. The 1% better post or thinking was, I put a lot into my Instagram post. It takes me a while. It takes me almost an hour for each post sometimes because I go through it and I'm like, does that sound? I did 2 posts an hour, so about a half an hour each, 45 minutes each. And then obviously editing and whatever and getting the photo and putting it up and scheduling and whatever. And, one of the things was I said I really wanted a blog. So I just literally came to that concept, holy shit, my blogging platform is Instagram. That's getting 1% better. That's where the attention is. I wanted people to have their attention on my website. It's not happening. Go with what's reality, okay? Which is also a millionaire mindset, which is, there's a great book, obviously, by T. Harv Eker about millionaire mindsets and having an mindset and things like that. But go with what is reality, not what you want it to be. Of course, I want people to be giving me business left and right, but you can't actually assume that if you're not doing the effort. Okay, number one. Number two is, obviously, I've said this story today. Greetings, how we doing? I've told this story before, obviously, with what's his name, Steve Harvey. He brought on 2 girls. They put their list of what they want together, and they both on there put that they want to date a millionaire. They're both 2 single girls looking to date people, and they're having problems and everything else. And Steve Harvey said, "Okay, great. Well, both on here, you have 40 to 45 things, and you both said you want a millionaire. And then he asked this question, does a millionaire want you? And I'm going to write about that in one of my Instagram posts, which is now my blog. And the reason being, that struck me hard, is you never think about who you are. Who you are. You always think about what you want. I want a better girl. I want a better job. I want to get paid more. I want more business. But what value are you adding to the marketplace? How much better are you to deserve that? You know, it's like people that are teaching for, you know, a number of years. It's like, are you giving more value? If you're a worker in a 9-to-5, all these places around here, are you giving that much more value even though you've been in the same position for 10 years or 8 years? Are you giving that much more that you want a 10, 15, 20, 50% raise? Are you 50% better? If you're 50% better, that's an insane transformation. That's a transformation. That's going from 300 pounds to $180. That's going from divorced and bankrupt to happy and financially free. Like 50% turnover from where you are and where you want to go. So this really comes down to the question that I heard, which was, the guy was on a real estate podcast. I'm really into that. I really get into these things that, you know, I go on the trend every once in a while. And the guy was making about $2.5 million, and he's been in the industry, I think 15, 18 years, right around there, which is a good amount of time. Because if you think about it, so real estate is obviously my jam. That's the industry I'm in. If I look at all the older people that are in real estate, there's this one guy was going to do a deal with. The guy's married with a kid, and he's doing rentals, okay? That's kind of like a gym trainer saying, how do you do bicep curls? Rentals are basic, and you're representing the tenant. That's not good, okay? So in other words, what I'm saying is that to get where you want, you have to get better. Okay, number one. Number two is, this was the question he said. When he was making about $500,000 to $600,000, and obviously I already said he's making, this is someone totally, this is the guy on the podcast, 2.5 million now. So that's a literally whatever return on that. You know, what are you looking at? A 400% return? You know, actually a 500% return? Okay, not bad. Not bad. 500 to 2.5, not bad. I think your lifestyle improving that much at the start isn't crazy. It's just that you're, exactly. So they talk, there's a great book out there, and it's U Squared. And I didn't like the book because it was only talking about quantum leaps. Okay? Quantum leaps are good, but if you have that belief that you're going to have a quantum leap in all areas of your life, you're going to get discouraged when it doesn't happen. You're going to get discouraged when you don't drop 20 pounds after the first month. But if you stayed at it the second month, you would have dropped 15. Okay? So this is the question he asked himself when he was making $500,000 and he wanted to make more. He said, is my life right now comprised of $1 million habits? Is my life right now comprised of $1 million habits? That literally, I paused the podcast, and I'm sitting in my apartment. I was getting my gym stuff ready last night, and I was like, oh, and I'm getting the chills right now. Oh my God. Like, how bold am I, or you, or anyone, to believe that they deserve more if they are not giving more? And how bold is it for someone to say, I want to be a millionaire? That's an easy term to say, okay? It's an easy, because it's a round number. It's kind of like the cutoff point and things like that. You know, once you reach it, oh, I'm a millionaire, things like that. But what you're doing, and I started really digging into the time I spend doing the lives, doing phone calls, how long it takes me to set things up. You know, how long am I actually doing things I shouldn't be doing? So I literally paused the podcast and I just went down and I said, where am I wasting time? Number one is, there's a lot of miscellaneous bullshit that I'm doing that I can give to a virtual assistant. You know, putting the listing in there, scheduling the photos, putting the listing out and then sending it to the client. You know, all these little things that I don't need to do that agents are doing, okay? So when you do that, You are actually taking away from time from things that you're good at, which is closing a deal, negotiating, and getting new business. Think of areas in your life where you're spending your time and you want more. You want a better relationship, but are you approaching pretty girls? Okay? I was at the gym before, and this girl is my type, to say the least. She's into yoga. She's wearing very confident clothing, which is revealing. Because if you think about it, for someone to wear revealing clothes at the gym, where it's all about judging, really, let's be honest, you're judging how much you're lifting, you're judging your figure, you're judging everything. This girl's wearing clothes that make her look really good. So you have to have a level of confidence. I'm talking to her, she's into yoga, she's stretching, she's very flexible and things like that. Am I doing the things outside of just online dating where it is nothing? How's it going, guys? Sorry I missed it. Who's in? What's on the podcast? Sorry I missed it. It's a real estate podcast. It's called Team Building. I'm going to talk about it on BPIU at 10:15, and at 10:15 I'm going to be going live on this. So this was really a test for my YouTube on BPI's YouTube, where I'm going to be creating a lot of content. I've been saying that, but I now have the systems. So $1 million habit is a system. So this is my system. In other words, went on Sunday between this time frame, I think, what am I going to post on social media? What am I going to talk about on this live? What am I going to talk about on my BPIU live? And then I literally have a checklist. And one, it goes, make thumbnails. Put title into description, schedule it. Number two is put it into something called Wirecast, which allows me to do that. Mind give me her number, that's funny. She's like stunning, yeah. So the thing was, you have to play it right, because she's a girl that gets a lot of attention, and you could clearly tell that she's not thirsty, okay? So you kind of play your cards right. But that's the thing, is that's one area outside of, so I said, I want $1 million, okay? That's what I'm saying. What are my habits to get to that million? Okay, Charles, you want to meet way higher quality people. Okay, number one is, are you doing the approaching? Are you actually dating? Number one. Number two is, are you getting better? You want a higher quality girl? What are you offering to the table? What are you doing to your self-development, your body, your mindset, your bank account? What are you doing? Okay, that's wonderful what you want. Okay, this is all about today's post on steroids. When you literally look at an area you want to improve or get better, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's really what it comes down to. What's going on? What's up, Erwin? How we doing? So going back to that, another area. So my system is, at the same time every single night at 8 p.m., I put a book in my ears or a podcast. Now I'm into podcasts. For almost 5 months, I was into audiobooks. Now I'm into team building, which is the future of real estate. It's all about teams. It's not about the brokerage. I'm going to be talking about that on Thursday for Hot Topic. So that was part of my system, is you have to say, okay, what do I want to do consistently? Go to the gym? Okay, so this is my routine. This is my system that I do to go to the gym every single day, roughly around the same time, that based on obviously different classes start at different times. The night before, I get all my gym clothes, I put it in the exact same spot. I put my socks out, I put out my sneakers, I put out my gym clothes. I hang the shirt, the pants, the belt, the shoes, the tie, the jacket that I'm gonna wear, and I put it in the exact same spot. I put my gym bag, in the exact same problem. I just saw a question come in with the word problem. In the exact same spot, every single day, and then I'm done. I pack my toothbrush, everything in my gym bag, so when I wake up in the morning and it's bright and early, I know this is what I'm gonna put on and this is what I'm gonna pack away, and then I go right into it. That's a system. That's $1 million habit. You have to do it every single day. This is what happens to most people. They wake up and their place is a mess, or they don't know what to wear, so they start making decisions. What should I wear? What should I not wear? Okay? Those are not, that's chaos. Yet we want more money. Yet we want a better girl. If you can't even get your shit together, how is a girl gonna come into your life and you're gonna be able to handle her getting approached by other guys like me at the gym? How are you going to handle all the attention walking down the street? How are you going to handle her Instagram post where she's posting herself in a bikini? You know, how are you going to be able to how do you have the confidence and the audacity to actually overcome that insecurity when it comes, when it arrives? You know, like, let's be honest. So have you ever had problems with lack of weight? What, as a thin guy? No. You know, this has actually come up 3 times this week. You know, they said, are you losing weight? Are you losing weight, and things like that. You know, right now, this is my figure. This is like my fighting weight. This is probably going to be my consistent weight for a while. The reason being is that I have a thin waist. I don't have a big bone structure. Okay, so on top of that, I need to be agile. I need to be flexible. I could still probably outwork you on the bench press, definitely on push-ups, definitely at running, and definitely at cycling. And that's the thing is, you look at the cycling guys, their arms are like this. That's cycling. Their legs are like this, okay? For me, lack of weight, never. You know, I've been thinner when I run. I don't really like running. For me, what I like is an athletic figure. This is me. You know, there's people at the gym that want to get big and bulky. Some guys just want to stay trim. I want to be in an athletic toned, definitely probably a baseball to lacrosse figure. Okay, welterweight, exactly, whatever that means. Yeah, I'm like a Conor McGregor. You know, Conor, when he gets up there, you're like, we can see all your ribs, brother. So in your own life, look, middleweight, yeah. Then I'm single forever talking about getting shit together. Well, that's the thing. That's a fixed mindset. That's exactly what this is about. This is about changing the habit one at a time. Let's start. Mine in 2015, it was, okay, let's get our finances together. Then in 2016, while you're on the topic, what's the health shake you have in the morning? I don't have a health shake. This is exactly what I have. Even though it's not even live, I can't even see it. I have oatmeal. I have whatever that is. That's almonds, walnuts, and then this is an energy bar, which is made up of pumpkin seeds, raisins, coconut, almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, and cinnamon. So this is because I do a lot of cardio in the class this morning, and then obviously this is a steel cut oatmeal, and it's really good. So I'm gonna hop out, but honestly, when someone asks you that question on, okay, great, this is what you want, what are you doing to get there? What habits are you putting in place to get a prettier girl, a prettier guy, more money in the bank, more business? What habits are you actually doing? And then you start reverse engineering your schedule and saying, let's put the priorities up front. That really hit me because I don't have $1 million habits. I don't have Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk habits right now. Okay, I get caught up in bullshit on, say, looking at my Instagram likes and comments. You know, that's stupid. Why do I care? What is it? What difference does it make? Seriously, I know the strategy that works, which is putting in an elongated post that's really good, and then you just release it. Okay, that's $1 million habit, which is you put in the work, you release it, and you just say, I'm done. Yeah, you can measure it, okay? But I'm not looking to make money off of it, okay? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the first time that I've went live on, obviously, this, which is I'm assuming it's a better quality because I was using my phone before. By the way, how sick is that case? Subscribe to the video if this is your first time. Hopefully tomorrow, or I would say tomorrow, we'll probably be talking about, you know, I'll break open my bag and I'll go into my deodorant, my toothpaste. I don't use any lotions or anything like that, the type of water, you know, things that go on your body, in your body, obviously requested per Chris. And I'm gonna hop out right now. Have an awesome day. Enjoy your Monday. Talk to you soon.